Hello, how's it going? In today's video, I'm covering Heralds of the Evergrowth and the birth of Taala. So flowers and birds. Great stuff. Let's go! In the dense forests of Talador, a treant called Gnarlgar was just kind of hanging out. It had emerged in the aftermath of Botani's destruction and was pretty damn powerful. The treant was also pretty damn smart. It had extensive knowledge of the Evergrowth, the spore mounds, the good old days. Gnarlgar used its power to strengthen the other primals in their war against the Breakers, but as the treant developed its abilities further, it gained the power to manipulate other primals and guide their actions. The Botani seemed like the most promising of the primals, so Gnarlgar became their caretaker. Under Gnarlgar, the Botani learned the truth about the spore mounds and started thinking about how they could one day restore the Evergrowth. Gnarlgar also noticed the Apexis, and it wasn't too happy about them. They weren't natural, and what's worse, they bloody destroy forests to build their crappy temples and cities. The treant wasn't about to sit back and watch as the Arakkoa conquered all of Draenor, so it left Talador in search of something from the primordial days. A big fossilised root that had been part of Batan. And it bloody found one. Gnarlgar rallied the Botani in Talador and declared that they must defeat the Apexis. Revealing the root to the Botani, it told them to use it to craft a new spore mound, a massive one. So the root was planted and a ritual began. Thousands of Botani sacrificed themselves, and the treant infused their spirit into the root. Leaves and branches sprouted from the earth. Gnarlgar observed this and was like, yes! And decided this spore mound would be called Taala. Whilst Taala was taking shape, preparations for war were made. The Botani used their nature magics to birth new Genesaur. Gnarlgar channeled the spirit of life into a bunch of trees, giving them intelligence and will. Those trees became known as the Gnarled. They uprooted themselves and started walking about. Meanwhile, the Apexis thought nothing of this. They believed it was all part of the never-ending war between the primals and breakers, so they just kind of carried on with their business. But the forests at the edge of Arak soon grew thicker, with vines and trees and stuff sprouting at astonishing speed. So members of the Anhar and Skalax orders decided to find out what all this was about. They went to scout Talador, and, well, not many of them made it back, to be honest. Those that did told horrific tales of what they'd seen. The Apexis feared that this emergent being was possibly one of the giants that had shaped the infant world, and if allowed to awaken, everything would probably go to shit. So they quickly mobilised an invasion force. They stormed through the skies across Talador. Ignoring the primals themselves, they focused solely on destroying the monstrosity forming deep in the forest. They descended into the murky depths, and an all-out war started. Gnarlgar had entered a trance which allowed it to coordinate the primals' movements and attacks. The Arakkoa had no choice but to retreat, as half of their forces had fallen in battle. The Anhar and Skalax had a little Braintrust meeting and were pretty much in agreement that the defeat was a bit shit. The Anhar were the first to propose a solution. Its priests had devised a new weapon, called the Breath of Rukmar. This mechanism was basically a giant laser that harnessed the sun, so the crafters got to work building and fitting it atop the spire's highest point. Gnarlgar decided now was the time to attack the Arakkoa before they could regroup. In an effort to quicken Taala's awakening, it also ordered a whole bunch of Botani to kill themselves, so their energy could be infused into the spore mound. And it worked! Taala rose up to its full height, towering over the forest canopy. As the forest trembled in awe, Taala was like, Gnarlgar again entered a trance. Seems like it bloody loves trances. Reaching out with its mind, it commanded the primal army, and they marched towards the spire. And we're leaving it there! So much suspense. Who's gonna win? I guess we'll find out on Friday, probably. If you enjoyed this video, you could subscribe, you could press the like button, or so you could leave a comment. I'm basically just describing things that you could do on YouTube. But all that's left to say is, thanks very much for watching, and see ya!